Hi everyone! I was in the mood to make a video today, so here I am, sitting in my tank top with a full face of makeup and trying to think of something to talk about. So whenever I'm in the mood for a video that I don't really have a subject, I just kind of talk about some recent favorites, maybe not so favorites. Perhaps I've mentioned these before, but why not? And I'm testing out a new webcam. This is a Logitech, and I don't know the number. It's kind of the fancy schmancy one. It doesn't say on there. And I look very, like I have pink undertones. I don't see yellow at all. So I don't know. And I have good lighting. Oh well. So let me just kind of jump right in and talk about some of my loves. This is the newest lip product from Dior. Do you catch the plum on the casing? Oh my gosh. It's their lacquer sticks. Beautiful. They go on like butter, but I'm telling you, this, all the Dior lipsticks are beautiful, but this plummy, is just gorgeous. I'm so about packaging. I'm about packaging. But it's a beautiful formula. It's a lip lacquer, so it's not any of this, wear for through a nuclear bomb kind of thing. But I probably shouldn't say that, should I? Anyway, so I'm loving that. And as I begin to self-tan, I'm using this is the first season that I'm using the NYX Pro Foundation Mixer in Olive. In Olive? Is it? Yes. To darken some of my favorite foundations. I'm really liking this as an alternative to the Cover FX drops. Though I bought too dark a color to use to darken my foundations in, and I need to go get a different color. So I thought, oh, let me try this, and I like it. It's easy. It doesn't change the consistency of the foundation. You don't need a whole, well, I suppose it depends on how much you want to darken it, but to me, you don't need a whole lot. I am loving. I was walking through Sephora a few weeks ago and saw this, and I know that there are those that have talked about it. I don't think it went out as PR, so you're not hearing about it like crazy, but this is the newest pressed highlighter from Becca in Amethyst. The packaging, oh, but I don't think it'll pick up because I'm coming across so pink, but the packaging, oh wait, let me see if I can shine that up. Oh my goodness, why didn't I think of that? This is kind of a steel, you can see it's a brushed steel, but this has the faintest lilac lavender pinky tint to it. And this is the it's looking very white, but it has a hint. Don't let the word lavender fool you. It's more of a very pale pink, and it's not too shimmery. It's really quite beautiful, and I am loving it for just an everyday kind of a thing. So this has been a fave lately. A not so much fave. Oh my goodness. I've been trying liquid lipsticks. Huda Beauty, awful. Awful. You might as well glue your lips together. And this one is pretty much the same thing. This is the Revlon Color Stay Ultimate Liquid Lipstick. And this is in something pink. Please hold while I get my little handy dandy magnifying glass. In perpetual or premium or something pink. 010, premium pink. Beautiful color. Beautiful color. Awful on the lips. Like, you can feel it and it sticks. It's very, very sticky. No bueno. I think I've mentioned this before. I know I have. Have I? Maybe when I did my mascara thing. Clarins Be Long Mascara. Just doesn't do a thing. The brush, and I like small brushes because I have small eyes and small lashes, so I thought for sure I would love it. And it even has, the nice grippy lips, not grippy, what's it called? Should I have this on autofocus? I don't see, it has all these things on here that I don't know what to do. Anyway, no bueno. That's going back to Nordstrom. I think I already talked about this one though. This is a must-have in my opinion, and apps, regardless of your age. These powders by Ulta are incredible. There's banana, there's translucent, and there's luminous. These rival, I can't even tell you how soft these are. I am today wearing the luminous, and it's just barely, you know, it's a great office kind of highlighter. It's very, I was surprised the first time I used it. It's very pigmented, which I don't mean very shiny. I mean pigmented, like coverage. So you kind of have to go with a light hand, and then I had to kind of buff it off with a big kabuki the first time I used it, because I was not expecting it to be that, what's the word I'm thinking of? Not coverage, but it's not that it's too, it's just a very natural sheen. Anyway, I just had to buff it off. And the translucent powder, like butter, the banana, very just pigmented, brightening. This is the, I don't know what they call it, trio, I don't know, what's it called? Setting powder palette. Must have. And even the brush it comes with is really pretty decent to use with it, quite honestly. Liking that. Two more things I'm probably not on the same page as everyone with. I am not liking the Too Faced Peach Palette. I pretty much never reach for it. I've tried making looks. I don't know. It's just not, it's, to me, it's a very dull palette. What can I cover this with? I have no idea. I mean, you've all seen it 100 million times, but it's just, it's a dull palette. Just dull. For a peach palette, it's dark. It's a dark palette. So not loving that. And oh boy, I gotta tell you, not loving the Modern Renaissance by Anastasia. I've used it certainly more than the peach palette, but Modern Renaissance by Anastasia, it made such a big splash. And again, was that because of PR going out, and so everybody just kind of blindly leapt off the cliff? Although a number of YouTubers who are not like that I watch really loved it, and I'm just not feeling it. I don't know why. I don't know if it's those red, you know. So I take in my mind, I'm like, okay, let's get rid of those three pinky reds. It's powdery. It kicks up a lot, which kind of makes me crazy. I don't know. Not feeling it. So I know I'm against the grain on that, but I'm not seeing too many get ready with me's anymore with this. Loving Rose Bronze Chanel Blush. You know, when you sweep these on your cheeks, that scent is just, it's a very natural looking, nude natural looking, more on the warm side than it's coming up. Again, everything's kind of pulling pale and pink with this new camera. Very natural blush. If you're thinking I'm going to finally go and get myself one of those Chanel blushes, Rose Bronze or Jersey, if you can find it, I think will go with any occasion, any lipstick, any eye look. They're very natural, not overly, what's the word, you know, clownish pigment, easy to control, easy to blend. But Jersey or Rose Bronze, beautiful in the Chanel blush line. So I'm really liking that. Oh, I'm liking this too. This is Don't Be Afraid to Dazzle by Tarte. Very nice bronzer and, again, highlighter. Really nice. Boy, they both look like the same color, don't they? How do I get this to look different? Subtle. If you're just trying to learn how to contour, this is very subtle. The contour is a little deeper than it's showing up. But a perfect duo. Just a perfect duo. I think if you are a medium on the dark side, this might be too light for you. But if you are fair to true medium, I'm a true medium. But if you like a very sculpted contour, no. But if you just want to do the perimeter, just give your face some dimension, this Don't Be Afraid to Dazzle by Tarte is really quite fabulous. Let's see, what else did I pull out? Oh, love by accident. This is the Clinique Concealer. All About Eyes Concealer. There are no words to describe how shocked I was at this. It is very creamy, and I use it, you know, I use quite a bit. I'm not a dot here in this one. This is, although I think it has pretty good coverage. I don't need coverage. I use it more for smoothing and brightening. But I use a pretty good amount of it for 2 eyes. Here, let me show you. Under both eyes, because, you know, I have 2 eyes, not 3 or 4. That's how much I use. So you can see. I mean, that's a good amount of concealer. And then I take it. Do I have tissues somewhere? Yes. And I rub my fingers together. Maybe I don't use quite that much. And then I just dot it, you know, down and up instead of using a doe foot. Excuse me while I get tissue. And then I do my concealer with a dry, actually mine is from Beauty Junkies. It's pointy on each side. They're light green, they're lime green one. Beauty Junkie sponges are, I'm going to say exact to Beauty Blender. I'm going to say exact. It is that soft, smushy, exact. And you get like 3 or 4 or 5 different shapes for $12. Fabulous. On Amazon, Beauty Junkies. If I remember, I'll put a link. It's not an affiliate. Anyway. And I use the dry one, and I use the green one, and I just pat until it's all my under eye area that is very wrinkled. I mean, you know, I have some deep lines. I have a lot of fine hatch lines. I have lines. Are smoothed out. I don't get creasing. I don't bake or set my concealer, by the way, at all, ever. I have, it looks not so good on me. And it brings, I wish I could think of the word. It's not, I guess it's luminous, not radiance, not sheen. It's not matte. Let me say, it's not matte. And I'm going to say it's a step up from satin, but it doesn't look wet. To me, for instance, IT Cosmetics or Amazing Cosmetics, both of them, their concealers they look wet. You almost have to set them because they look wet after you pat them out. This does not look wet. It just is glowing, but my wrinkles, I don't know how to. All right, I'm going to try to see if this will. It won't. Why doesn't this zoom? Isn't this supposed to zoom? It's a fancy schmancy one. Sorry, I have no idea why it's not zooming. It is just, this whole area is just beautiful. And as I said, the wrinkles. And I don't know if it's because I'm using so much, although I use a lot of the sharp Tarte Shape Tape. I mean, that doe foot is huge, and you put a lot on. Anyway, I am in love. What color do I have? I probably am thinking I have light, which is also Light Petal 03, Light Petal. Blown away. I am blown away by this Clinique concealer. All About Eyes Concealer 03 Petal. Loving my Surratt lash curler. I should do a thing on lash curlers. There's so many things about a lash curler that a lot of people don't think about. There is, you know, do you want the kind that you can bounce with? Do you like the kind that has the circles or not? Because can you get your fingers in? There is how I like this because it opens real wide, and I don't have to like fit my lashes in. This has a really wide opening. I like the rubber part because it's very rounded. Even though I have small lashes, I probably should use one that's a little narrower in dimension so I'd get more curl. And it's not overly curved. I don't have very round eyes. So I don't need a, you know, and there's all these things you got to think about. How springy. This one does it. This one does it for me. Surratt lash curler more than anything, because I can just, no matter where I am, I don't have to, like, you know, sometimes get this in, and then finally push back. Love it. And those are some of the things I'm loving these days. Did I forget anything? Oh, loving this foundation by Maybelline, Better Skin. Finish is flawless, satin to natural, medium, buildable, but looks beautiful on the skin. Looks beautiful on the skin. I have this in multiple shades. That's how you know I really like it. My normal shade, if I'm not self-tanning, is 30. It's a great match to me. And I think that's about it. So just wanted to come on and say hello and chat with you a little bit. If my lips look overly large, it's because I'm trying to learn, I don't know why, to use a lip liner. I wanted to buy one lip liner that maybe would match my deep reds, my pinks, my whatever. And this one by Sephora, it's Sephora brand, is I don't know that much about lip liners. I don't use them, but it seems to me it's beautiful. It glides on. It's easy to fill in your lips if you want. If you use this only as lipstick and put a little gloss over it, it'll last forever, hours and hours and hours and hours. And so I was playing with it, and you know how I think people do this with eyeliner. You want to do a little wing, and then you're fixing it, and pretty soon your wings are out to here. Well, that's what happened with this. I kept trying to fix the lip line, and I didn't want to start all over again, and my lips just kept getting big. If you were with me in person, you would say, oh my goodness, she's overlined her lips. And then this was lower, and this was lower. Then my peaks were too high. And I'm like, okay, I don't have a great camera. They're not going to see the little squiggly lines, because then your hand shakes. Anyway, I hope you all have a good day, and this was a little entertaining for you, and just some things I'm liking and not liking. I have to think of what I'm going to name this. Makeup of the moment? I don't know. Have a great day. Good news. Tomorrow, Wednesday, the 26th, VITO is officially entering a brand new clinical trial. Only 6 people. Very experimental. And it is, I could put the link, it's not that important if you go to clinicaltrials.gov, but it's natural killer cells for those who are in stage 4 Merkel cell. And I believe they're also taking stage 3B, which is just a heartbeat away from stage 4. And so we are, we begin to be optimistic. So tomorrow's MRIs, CT scans, blood draws, urine, to kind of get the base point at the beginning. And then the actual infusions, there's all these rules. You've got to be so many days out of radiation. You've got to be so many days from your last other treatment, whatever you had, so many days between that and the scan you're having, and yada, yada, yada. So I think the first infusion will be within the next 14 days. I'm hopeful. So tomorrow we go and sign our lives away. I can't even imagine all the paperwork. Literally sign our lives away. Phone's ringing. Bye.